Banks are under more pressure than ever to modernize their payment system and make them more open and agile. On October the 11th, EBA Clearing, SWIFT and the Clearing House announced the completion of a proof of concept, POC, that successfully demonstrated the ability to exchange real-time messages between each side of the Atlantic, in dollars and euros, between 7 groundbreaking innovative banks. Chapeau! The banks involved are Bank of America, BBVA Group, Citi, HSBC, Intesa Sanpaolo Bank, JP Morgan, and PNC Bank. The POC is part of the new Immediate Cross-Border Payments Initiative, or IXB, which aims to create a 24/7 USD-EUR payments corridor. The initiative does three things. One, it leverages the existing instant RTP clearing system in the US and RT1 in Europe. Two, it converts real-time messages between both systems. Three, it introduces the concept of synchronized settlement. In other words, the payment is conditionally settled in the originator system until the final settlement in the destination system is received. At this point, the instruction in the first system will go from conditionally settled to final settlement. To be fair, this initiative is not completely unique. Interoperability seems to be the new global mantra. In fact, the word interoperable was probably the most used term during Cyber's 2021. This is no surprise considering that enhancing cross-border payments, making them faster, cheaper, more transparent, and more inclusive without compromising their safety and security was an objective set by the G20 under the Saudi Arabian presidency. Lately, however, we've seen a global acceleration in the delivery of this objective, as well as that of the focus areas set by the Financial Stability Board and the related roadmap. Well, the acceleration started in April 2021 when the Monetary Authority of Singapore and the Bank of Thailand revealed the new link between Singapore's PayNow and Thailand's PromptPay. By connecting the two domestic real-time retail payment systems, customers were able for the first time ever to transfer funds between the two countries with just the phone number of the beneficiary. But that's not all. Since then, P27, a real-time pan-Nordic payment infrastructure for domestic and cross-border payments, scheduled to go live in 2022, is progressing at full speed. 2. The African Export-Import Bank and the African Continental Free Trade Area announced the operational rollout of the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS, a revolutionary financial market infrastructure to enable instant, cross-border payments in local currencies between African markets. 3. Singapore has communicated plans to link PayNow with India's Unified Payment Interface, UPI, replicating the experience with Thailand's PromptPay. These are just a few examples. The list of regional payments initiatives is actually much longer, and now IXB can be part of it too. It's worth mentioning that the IXB initiative is completely in line with the Financial Stability Board's goals mentioned earlier, particularly from a platform design perspective. Once implemented, its design will allow to easily extend the experimented model to other currencies too. This story shows that it's all the more critical for banks to have a strong end-to-end payments infrastructure that can do four things. 1. Perform real-time sanctions checks. 2. Be flexible enough to collect extra data required by the newly linked payment system. 3. Seamlessly connect to potential foreign exchange rate marketplace. 4. Improve liquidity management, taking into consideration that the instant payments involved within these interoperable initiatives are all pre-funded, and that innovative settlement methods such as synchronized settlement add another layer of complexity. With the unprecedented pace and complexity of new regulation, like ISO 20022, the change of customers' behavior who constantly expect additional initiative services and switch between banks if expectations are not met, and now the interoperable initiative emerging everywhere, banks are under more pressure than ever to modernize their payment system and make them more open and agile. Modernizing a payment infrastructure is easier said than done, particularly for incumbent banks. Often, the end-to-end payments flow contains redundancies. The natural employee turnover makes it harder for banks to retain the institutional memory of exactly why the system is designed in a given way. And it provokes extreme caution from decision makers when it comes to implementing changes to the architecture. To help our customer recover these forgotten business requirements that shape the system, at RedCompass Labs, we have combined our team's expertise with our unique technology that analyzes millions of anonymized production payments. This allows us to model the target system faster and increase readiness to go live. This significantly limits the risk of overlooked requirements that could cause a severe production incident. If you want to know more, please don't hesitate to reach out. In the meantime, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on the latest payments news and analyze them with me.